Tell us specifically what Bloom is, what it's about. I think it's super timely right now. So let's rock and roll.
Well, Bloom is an acronym that stands for Building a Lifetime of Options and Opportunities for Men. It is a initiative by the California Community Foundation, which is the second largest philanthropic nonprofit in the state.
Yes.
And so the California Community Foundation has a $5 million commitment over 5 years. We just finished our first in terms of funding Bloom. And so that initiative kind of spells out the parameters for them to partner with organizations like the Brotherhood Crusade or the Urban League and several others around the city who are hands-on with young men, African-American men, 14 to 18, who've had a brush with the probation department. So that means, and most of these are like nonviolent crimes. So people who are on probation for excessive truancy or they have some sort of marijuana misdemeanor or conviction, and they end up on probation. And what will typically happen, because in the inner city, 70% of young people, black men are in foster care, and so they just don't have the same mechanisms and support systems in order to try to help them stay on the straight and narrow. So they're getting a little bit of trouble. It's hard for them to not reoffend. Yeah. And then if they reoffend, we know that they're probably going to end up in prison. And one way or another, they're going to be a drain on the taxpayer and on the communities. And so in South LA or in some communities, like we know in Baldwin Hills or in View Park or in West Adams and in other great areas around LA, what happens from a crime perspective impacts our real estate values.
Right.
And so our young people and them having jobs and businesses, finishing high school, being productive members and paying into the tax base versus taking from it, it means a lot to our entire community. And I think when we, think about real estate, the value of it, we can't leave out community,
right? Because
that's really what it's about, and so we have to invest in our young people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a big void, so we try to do a little bit of that.
Absolutely.